What is one thing you appreciate about the opposite gender? I appreciate that men can have friendships around mutual interests without demanding full emotional disclosure or constant small talk from their friends. The effort that women put into social activities and things of that nature. If you ask a man if he has jumper cables he can lend you, and he does, he will also volunteer to help you jump your car. Hey there, are you subscribed yet? Please do. Also leave a like on this video to help out the channel. Their skin is so soft and they smell nice. The way they look. Being able to pee standing up. I appreciate how oblivious men can be. I feel like ladies, myself included, tend to read too far in between the lines and guys just seem to go with the flow. Their eyes sparkle when they smile like in the cartoons. I appreciate the resilience of men. There's a lot of pressure on men to provide, and they make so many sacrifices to meet that expectation. I'm glad you are enjoying this video. Before we continue, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. When a girl, even unexpectedly, does something genuinely sweet for me, I like to poke their muscles. Men are so surprising sweet and loving, it always catches me off guard, but I also love that feel like they can safely confide in me and makes me feel all fuzzy like when big dogs that look scary actually think they are lap dogs. Girls' hoodies always seem so much softer. Love a hug. Being physically stronger. I injured my back, so having someone I can rely on really helps. That you ladies don't treat it as shameful when I show weakness. I watched my wife give birth to both our kids, one vaginal the other cesarean. You ladies do not get enough credit for dealing with childbirth emo. My boyfriend will just say, "Duck M," and it works. Ranting for 20 minutes about the issue gives me less pleasure than my boyfriend forcing me to say, "Duck it," to my stress. I do enjoy milking out a problem with my mom and sister, but sometimes it just prolongs the stress when it's in your mind constantly. I remember I had a stressful day, and I had the itch to start ranting about it to him when all of a sudden, upon seeing him so comfortably lazy and uncaring of anyone and everything, my mentality switched into guy mode. He asked, "How was work?" I said, "Fine. Duck M." He nodded his head and we happily watched TV for the rest of the night. I have mad respect for you guys who just simply not give a single duck. Even when you do, you still don't. The fact that most men are actual decent human beings and don't really care about stretch marks or any other marks on our body. Respect for that. Girls, y'all are so sweet sometimes. Like, I love my bros, but they're not always great with the emotional stuff. My girlfriends are always there if I need to vent or talk about my feelings or whatever, and 95% of the time they help me feel a lot better about whatever it was I was frustrated or bummed about. Thanks for that. I'm horrible at expressing myself, so hopefully this makes sense. I appreciate how calm men can be lol. When I'm scared, nervous, or I need to deal with a big change happening in my life, I automatically go on panic mode. If I talk to my brother, cousin or coworker about the situation, they are so chill. I'm like, OMG. But what if this or that happens, and they're like, "You can handle anything, so if that happens you'll do this or you'll do that, lol, like so matter of fact about it," and I'm like, "Oh yeah," then I feel silly for panicking. Honestly, for me it's how they can go from being in war, defend the house against invaders mode to screaming like a 4-year-old girl at the sight of a freaky looking cricket. Son, you were just about to fight the human version of an actual ogre who is twice your size and you can't handle an insect. It's my favorite thing. Edit. I'm not being sarcastic. I find it endearing. Everything. Girls are cute. I appreciate that because if they looked like dudes I'd be very sad. We ugly AF. The sheer ego some of them have is reassuring, in a, he can at least pretend he knows what he's doing, kind of way. The fact that they're generally more supportive whenever my depression gets especially bad. Most of my male friends are either ignorant about mental health, or they fail to understand that it's not as simple as, just don't be sad. They have no problem social distancing from me. I appreciate the fact that the men in my life are willing to risk their life to protect me and other women in their lives. The clothes. Some of you are hella nice, like the two people who I could tell absolutely anything in the world and they wouldn't change their opinion on me, are both girls, so yeah, those two really keep up all 3.5 billion of you. How calming a woman's presence can be. The right woman, that is. The whole world can be going to shit, but if she's there, she'll make it feel like a Saturday night. He has the balls to go out, do and say things I'm too chicken shit to attempt myself. Appendices seems so much easier to deal with. Men seem so capable. I feel humiliated being in a female body sometimes. In reality I'm rather strong, but people treat me like a disabled person. I have had people make a scene in the street because I was carrying something they thought was too heavy and refused to back off when I said no thanks. I love how the friendships work. I didn't intend on it, but I have only really had guy friends. People always act like I'm boasting or something when I say that, but I always wanted a chick friend. The way they talk and shit is so cool. Like they can be so supportive. And the birthday shit they do. But girls are very strange when it comes to trust. Like they will compliment someone and then so openly talk about ridicule them behind their back. My friends will openly ridicule me and then be so nice behind my back. And they really protect the other. The bromances is also cute. This isn't the same for everyone, like I know that. I know several women who have told me I'm handsome and hot, and it helped a great deal with my confidence, which was bad for a very long time. Instead of always getting angry about my past, I sometimes think of the women who supported me and made me feel better about myself, and I get a warm and fuzzy feeling instead. Tits. I'm enjoying playing Find the Pendies on here by looking for comments low-key throwing shade at men or women. Well, there's the sexy bits. Those are nice. Looking cute while small. I have learned a lot about dating and how challenging it is for straight men. As a woman, I take that for granted. Lately I've been really loving how affectionate my guy friends are with one another. Nothing. I hate both genders equally. How they can put up with somebody even if they really don't like them. Women are generally better at communication-based social activities like hosting a party or meeting, or frankly, just leadership, soft skills in general. I also think they usually place a higher value on honesty and are harder to corrupt. I'm a dude, but I would genuinely be curious what the United States government would look like if it were dominated by women in the proportions it's currently dominated by men. My guess is it would be more effective and equitable. I appreciate that the overwhelming majority of history's atrocities were not committed by women. I really appreciate and have a ton of respect for what women do every morning to prepare for their day. They get up early, put on makeup, pick out gorgeous clothes, willingly wear uncomfortable shoes and basically look amazing as hell for people who probably don't appreciate their efforts as much as I do. Ladies, this is for you. I really appreciate how strong women are. They have to put up with so much shit. Perverts everywhere, their menstrual cycle, pressure from every direction that their looks aren't good enough, and of course the message that their looks will be more important than any talents or intelligence they possess. And the antiquated and erroneous idea that they're less than and should be subservient. You're all Wonder Women in my book. Beards. How tough you women are. When my girl gets her periods, she will double over in pain. Every single time she has gotten her period, I will lightly massage right below her belly button. It really seems to help. I just hate seeing her in pain. Besides boobs, women are so empathetic. I can be on the edge of a breakdown, and my wife will listen to every word I need to say. Somehow that willingness to listen is just what I need to hear. Women, you don't know how much we men need you. Fact that they can safely take walks at night. That men are always so warm. I miss being able to put my cold feet hands on my partner in the middle of the night. They're physically stronger than us. Even guys who are the same size or smaller than me are still way stronger than me. My best friend is a boy. We've never had romantic feelings for each other, and I never plan to. But when I'm feeling down about myself, he's always there for me, and he told me once I'm the only person who has seen his sensitive side. One time last year, I had a panic attack on the ground among my fellow classmates after school. While everyone looked at me weird, he rushed down to the floor with me and just hugged me while I cried. He offered to take me home, or to hang out at his house until I felt better. After that day, I began to see more of his sensitive side, and I've noticed it in other boys around our age. Sensitivity is something I hope that one day boys shouldn't be ashamed of. Sad face. The effort they put into certain small aspects of their appearance. I don't care about makeup and eyelashes and shit, but I've been dating my GF for almost a year now, and I've never seen her with unshaved armpits. Or, ever since I told her I have a thing for feet, I've never seen her with unpainted toenails. It's those little things that I know I could never do. No chance in hell I'd have the discipline to do either of the two every time I met my partner. I appreciate how stereotypically men are more carefree and does whatever they want. They're bod, the way that they text and talk, which is very different from how the girls talk, and the way that they show off something they are proud of. Something about the way a woman moves. Also, boobs. My guy friends always seem to be so much more down to clown like kids again. Also, it may just be the type of dudes I tend to make friends with, but they express friendly affection for each other and me so intensely. I can always count on my bros for a big hug or a deep conversation, and then the most childish Nerf gun Mario Kart shit in the world immediately after. I just think women are cute in general. That men are more willing to get dirty to get the job done. And they test the limits from their bodies to the world around us. Women make the home, but men build the house. I would go crazy if I have to deal with blood, cramps and mood swing cycles every month. Women go through so much to create life and the continuation of the species. Everything about women's bodies is just beautiful. Titties. I appreciate how easily emotional distress can be solved for a man by a good meal. I also hate how easily the lack of a good meal can cause emotional distress. Lol.